Hello, WordNerds! Thank you for joining us today for our live chat. You'll have to excuse me, I'm a little bit sick, so if my voice gets a little weird or I start hacking up a lung, it's been happening all week. I don't want to be sick, but here we are. So I'm drinking a lot of tea. It's already begun. Oh dear. So thank goodness that today is a write-in, so I'm not going to have to do too much talking in the meantime. We'll be doing probably 2 or 3 word sprints tonight. And of course, I do have some prompts for you. Feel free to use them. Feel free not to use them. And maybe we'll start off this chat kind of talking about what we're going to be working on. So I have Erin first up.
I am working on the same thing I've been working on forever. And I am going to be aiming to send it in tonight. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah.
Yay.
Phew.
All right. How about you, Emma?
I'm going to be finishing up like a read through of a paper that's due tonight for school. I finished it like right before we started this chat, but I still need to read through it and make sure there's no big typos before I send it in. And hopefully I'll get that done quickly and then I can work on writing something for fun.
And what about you, Kelly?
I am going to be finishing a chapter of a very random, probably not going anywhere project, but I started the chapter last night and I'm hoping to get it done tonight.
Yay!
Woo! And Megan.
I am working on the never-ending revisions that I'm actually hoping might end tonight. We'll see. I've got one full chapter that I have to write all new content for, and then everything after that is just like making sure that it lines up with all the other things I added. So I feel like there's a chance I can finish all the new content during the write-in, and then I can go over it afterwards, and then I can submit mine too.
Ooh,
yay. Big night.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to be working on some Greek history homework, and then I really need to write a book review to be out pretty soon, so we're going to be doing that tonight. So let's see here. Well, we could start in 1 minute, or we could start in 6 minutes. So what are we feeling today?
6 minutes, I think.
We'll ease into it. All right, and feel free to leave what you're working on in our kind of comments, and we'll do some shout outs and answer questions in between our sprints. Apparently we have quite a few people joining us today, so that's real nice. Hello, everybody.
Again, like Rachel said, if you haven't been with us before, feel free to ask any writing, camp, NaNoWriMo, bookish related questions in the discussion section, and we will try to answer them live.
Does anyone have a writing prompt for?
Yes, I do, but I might say it a little bit closer to the writing time. Yeah. Okay. I decided because I really needed some this morning, I made them all coffee themed.
Nice.
I love it.
I know. I went through all of my Starbucks coffee, so the only thing that I had left was this like really old bag of Tim Hortons dark roast, and I hate it so much. And I know it's not Canadian of me to say at all, but this morning was rough.
I just don't like dark roast.
Yeah, dark roast
is bitter.
Did you drink it anyways?
I did, but I added so much milk.
You're hilarious. I hate this, but I am drinking it.
It was the only thing I had. Yeah. So I was like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to go buy another bag of beans. But
oh my gosh,
this morning I suffered.
I don't drink any coffee, so I cannot relate to the whole dark roast thing. I don't know what that means. Bitterness, I guess.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah.
So they thoroughly roasted the beans for a longer period of time.
Oh, so burnt coffee. Better.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys are all crazy.
Yes. Well, we're all saying we don't like it. Light roasted.
Yeah, I guess coffee drinkers collectively. You guys are nuts.
I just like coffee people are like. I have a ton of friends that are total coffee snobs, and like I live outside of Vancouver, and Vancouver is very known for like having like lots of coffee shops and stuff. And so some people at these shops are just so like, oh, this one was roasted for 16 days before being put in a locked cabinet for the next month, and you can taste the cherries from last spring in it. I'm like, what? Like, what? I'm really sorry if I'm yelling because I feel like I'm yelling a lot, but my ears are plugged and I can't hear properly.
Yeah, and
That's
then I'm always the
hilarious.
person that I'm like, I want something with a lot of sugar
Yeah.
and
So
milk.
much milk that I can't taste the coffee, please.
Not
Yeah,
quite that level. I do like the taste of coffee, but definitely need it sweetened.
Yeah, well, and I like the light roast more too, because not only does it not have as much of like the bitter taste, but still tastes like coffee, but it has more caffeine in it. So
That's important.
Yep.
yes.
It's hilarious that you said that about Vancouver because I have been into a number of those coffee shops in like when I was in New West. For anyone who doesn't know, I used to live in New West. Like literally, like Rachel and I would get together all the time, and I miss it.
I know, I miss you. You're so far now. Not even that
So
far,
bad.
like far, but like
Far enough that it's super inconvenient because
Yeah.
you have to take a giant ferry ride, but
expensive.
so expensive. But yeah, the coffee shops, like we had serious coffee and stuff, but I went to one of those like indie coffee shops, and it was very much like that. Like, oh, these are beans on display and different flavors, and I'm like, do you have tea, like normal tea? Like, why would you want that?
No, we
We're
don't have
fairies
normal
coffee.
tea. We only have double bergamot, vanilla, Earl Grey, or we only have this white tea grown in the Himalayan mountains with elderflowers. And you're like, my dudes, like, dude, like,
Calm down. I love your tea snob impressions. I'm just going to set Rachel off about this more often.
I do love it too, though. Like I go in and they're like, we roasted this for 32 minutes at this altitude. And I'm like, wow. So this
You're like, oh.
I am high class.
So you have to pay $4 extra.
Yeah, right.
No, when I go to well, we've got 1 minute till the sprint.
Yes. Okay, so I shall share my first coffee-related inspirational quote. What is prompt? There we go. Wow. Okay, that took me a while. I'm sorry. Okay. So our first one is coffee blend. Write a light roast into your scene. So you can make your characters get sassy.
Nice. I like it.
Sorry, I was
All right, and yeah, we'll start that in 1 minute, and then we will be sprinting for 20 minutes. So at 5 after the hour is when we'll be back.
And what was the last sentence of that prompt again? Sorry, I was typing and didn't hear it.
Oh, write a light roast into your scene.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, make your characters be sassy.
Not a dark roast.
Oh, heaven forbid. Oh, wait, did I write that? Oh, sorry, dark roast comes later.
Perfect.
All right, it is the 45. We will see you back here in 20 minutes. And time, everyone. All right, so how'd that go for everyone?
I
I
was
spent
super distracted.
I was kind of purposely distracted at the beginning doing some organizational stuff for next week, and then I wrote about 200 words, just kind of slowly getting into it.
Yeah, I got about 350. I think I was also feeling a little distracted getting into things.
I submitted my paper
Ooh.
and
Nice.
wrote like 50 words afterwards.
Nice.
I did about a little less than 300. Like, yeah, kind of like going back and forth, getting a little distracted, and being like, right.
I feel like that's okay for a first sprint. Like I feel like we all do this for a first
Yeah.
to get into the mindset.
In the discussion section, we've got it's moving up. Hang on. We've got K Wrestler got 801. Cat Zeus 1212 reached 10K in their book.
Woo.
Allie got 584. A number of mine got 466. Brand 230. Lizzie 620. Jeffrey 395. Amber 235. And Melissa 293. Great job, everyone. I'm tired.
More caffeine.
More caffeine.
I'll give you a good coffee-related writing prompt.
There you go.
That will caffeinate me.
Yeah.
We did have a question. Where did it go? From Jody. Should I just write my brainstorm idea down fully, or should I do research while I'm writing? Like, should I do all the research and brainstorming beforehand, or should I just dive right in?
I usually do as much as I can beforehand, so that I don't have to stop and research while I'm writing, because I like to get the first draft all out and then go back. So just enough so that I can write the whole first draft without having to worry about it. And what you can do that's really handy, so you don't have to stop, is just like put in little markers throughout the manuscript that's like, research this here. Like I put in placeholder names all the time, or like a placeholder description, or like put in line of what the inside of this church in this city looks like, because I have no clue right now. And that way, because I find for a lot of people, and especially me, research during a manuscript can always often just like suck me in and then be a way of procrastinating. But your mileage may vary, of course, but that's me.
Yeah, I like Erin said, this is different for everyone. You can try both and see how it feels. You could start writing, and if you find that having to stop to research is really pulling you out of the story, you can just pause and come back and start writing it later. For me personally, I tend to prefer, like, I'll get until I'm very, very excited to start the story, and then it doesn't matter if I already know I'm going to have to do more research or not. I just get started. And I go, and if I hit a spot where I need to do some research, if it's possible for me to keep writing and just be like, input research here, I do that, and I don't go in and figure it all out till revisions. Then obviously sometimes things come up and you have to research them, but I try and set like timers on it so I don't spend a million years that I should be writing on it.
All right, our next thing is at maybe the 10, or do you want to answer some more questions if we have more of them?
Let's do the 10.
Okay, so
get into that flow.
Straight back into it. Okay, so your prompt for this next sprint is chocolate-covered coffee beans. Write a scene that seems sweet but turns bitter.
I'm doing that right now.
Oh, hey, perfect.
There will be murder.
Why am I not surprised?
Surprise! One of my scenes has murder.
All right, it is the 10. We will see you back here at the 30. Good luck, everyone. And time.
I finished my For the Words battle like to the second of you saying time. So that worked out.
Yay! Congrats.
So satisfying.
Brad. I felt, Megan, you were like on a roll, and I felt so bad to call you time.
I'm so close to the end of like that POV, and then I'm gonna switch it to a different character in the room. So, but I got 577 this time.
Woo, congrats.
Nice. I'm so close. I'm just labeling chapter heads, and then I get to send it.
Ooh, this is so exciting.
So excited.
That's the best part. Like it's tedious,
Ugh.
but you feel so triumphant that it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
We had in the discussion section, Helen got 321. Melissa also got 321.
Nice.
Kay Wrestler got 594. Brand 249. Ka in Nadine managed to write a page and a half by hand, I believe they said they were doing earlier. Binary got 273. Warbet got around 400. Jeffrey got 702. Winry 113. Amber 408. So good job, everyone. You're all doing so great. Also, if I missed any of your questions earlier, please feel free to re-ask them. I'm probably not ignoring them. There's just a lot going on in the discussion section, and so sometimes things get shot up and I miss them.
So it's been 7 days into Camp Nano. So is anybody like actually like working on stuff that's for Camp Nano, or are people like, I'm just like doing writing stuff?
Question.
So my Camp Nano project, I'm not supposed to be allowed to work on until I have turned in these revisions. But I made really good progress yesterday when I went to the coffee shop, so I let myself write the prologue of that book. So I'm like 500 words in, and I have I want to say it's like a 20,000 word goal for camp. But I'm not going to let myself start really.
I like literally the exact same as Megan. Down to the 20,000 word goal. I think 20,000 or 30,000. And I'm also the same. I'm like almost handing this in, and then I get to work on my nano project. So literally same.
I wasn't going to do a Camp Nano project, and then I kind of had an idea, and Desiree started a cabin. I just like to be included in things. So it's actually gone surprisingly well. Like I'm at almost 7,000 for that. But
yeah, everyone is taking their butt in the Camp Nano cabin.
Not me.
Probably also not me.
No, I only have 500 words. So
Yeah, I wrote like the first 2 days, and then today. And that's been it.
I know. I had such good intentions.
Yeah.
it's only week 1. The month is young.
yeah.
I don't know, I constantly tell myself, I'm like, I'll do it next year, but it falls right before exams. So that's my excuse for now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was like the first 2 days of camp, I like wrote a little bit each day, and then like I had a paper due this weekend, so that stopped quickly.
Yes.
And we had a holiday here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there are so many revisions that need to be done.
Yes. And
Well, Erin, if you just write better first drafts, you'd have less revisions.
That's a light roast if I ever heard one.
Oh no. I have to hide my face in shame now.
No.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a hard truth to hear, but it's true.
These revisions have been like kicking my butt too. I've added 20,000 words to the book, and I'm only revising the first half right now. So
Oof.
Damn.
Is that because I can't remember if you said are you going to need to now cut more, or you're intending to add that many? You are, right?
I had severely underwritten.
Right.
So this is a fantasy novel, and it was like the third draft because I did a rewrite and then revised, but it came out at like 55,000.
Right.
Which was not okay.
Yeah.
I've gotten it up to 75 now, which is acceptable.
Oh, good.
All right.
And I
Yeah.
don't think the second half will take revisions like the first half. So that's kind of what I was hoping would happen.
The first round of developmental edits is always the most brutal, I find.
Mm-hmm. For sure. We've got people talking about their Camp Nano goals in the discussion section. We've got a lot of people doing Camp Nano. B. Marie's using it to get back into the habit of writing. So far, so good. Brandon has a 15 chapter goal for Nano. Jody has already passed their Camp Nano goal. So that's awesome. We also had a comment from Vanessa, was late for the write-in, but got a limited edition signed print of Vengeful from my used bookstore that I'll be diving into after, which is awesome.
Yes.
Worth it.
Oh man, so good. I can't wait for you to meet Marcella.
Yes.
We did a whole live chat on
Yeah, once you're done,
so you should know
watch
just
our book club. We also had Sako just said burn. And we've got Missy Kate with first time doing a minute/time goal instead of a word count goal for Nano, which is awesome. I'm very tempted to try one of those sometime.
Mm-hmm. I love that you can add that, and so much less pressure than a word count.
For
So
sure.
it's like you have the goal to write for like 20 minutes each day kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You could say like, oh, I want to write 100 hours total this month. And then you just work your way up to that and your chart reflects it.
Oh, that's cool.
Can you do minutes or hours? Isn't there a couple of options? I don't know.
I think so.
I thought there was. Yeah. Could be wrong.
Well, we doing one more sprint?
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
One more 20-minute would take us right to the hour. So
Perfect.
Perfect.
let's do that. So that'll be in 3 minutes.
Missy Kate clarified, yeah, you can do minutes or hours.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm just too lazy to log on to the site right now.
Oh, I'm just logged in looking at everyone in our cabin who's doing better than me.
You're also working on technically 2 projects right now. So
That's true. You're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's unfair to judge yourself against these other people, these one project people.
Yeah. My favorite part about our Camp Nano cabin though is that Kelly's project is just question mark, exclamation point, question mark.
That pretty much sums up my writing life these days.
that, like, what is that sound? I
That's
just like,
fair.
it sounded like, yeah, that's what
Okay.
It's really more about that facial
Questioning.
expression you just made.
Yeah.
That facial expression is the title of my book.
Yes, this is the title of my book. You're like, what? Incredible.
I had so much fun with titling, I think it was 2 years ago, I just called that book at the time Murder Wizards, and then the description underneath was just like murder. It wasn't at the time, but
Oh yeah, Murder Wizard. Forgot about that. That was great.
murder.
Okay, we have 1 minute left, so I will share my writing prompt. This is going back to Dark Roast. That was my third one. And
Emma just did a dark roast on me.
because Dark Roast is kind of gross. The prompt is have your character spit out something they wanted to say for a long time.
Ooh. Like a burn.
I love that so much.
Yes, thank you, Megan. Just putting that in the discussion so everyone can see.
No problem. Yeah, I've got that in there. You can use the prompt or not if you want to. Again, this is going to be our last sprint of the night. So if you have any writing things you want us to discuss, any questions you want us to answer, definitely post them now. If you posted one, I did not see it. So please repost it.
Also, please be aware that I'm going to make all of you share the sick burn that your character does at some point. So after the sprint.
Okay.
All right, it is the 40. We'll see you back here in 20 minutes. And that's time.
How'd it go?
I got a couple hundred more words and then moved into more like revisions to take a break from writing new things.
I did not write a lot. I got very distracted.
I got about 200 more words, I think.
Yeah, I got about 200 as well, and spent a little bit of time looking at hair wax for like colors.
Yeah.
Because
I was doing that the other day.
Any particular color?
all of them.
All of it. Love it.
All the colors.
We've got in the discussion section, Melissa got 192 and finished the chapter. Way to go, Melissa. Kay got 535. Bran got 220. Jeff got 478. Dean finished another page. And Stormy K got 356. Wow,
I got some powerhouses today.
Yeah, Vanessa 372. Winry 78. Binary reached the daily word count, which is awesome.
Nice.
Oh. We did have a question from Flautist58. Do any of you all still write fan fiction? I find it a nice relief when I'm stressed with my original projects.
I would like to, but I don't have time.
I always have like ideas of ones I want to write, but yeah, it's like I barely have time to write my original stuff. So
like a couple of months ago, I started like a Hogwarts/Slytherin fanfic, like the first page, and I really wanted to, but I don't have time. Too many other things I'm supposed to write.
Yes, I actually got in an argument with my husband this week because I am a big Drini shipper, and he thinks that Draco Malfoy should rot in hell. And so we got into this argument this week about my sweeping Drini fanfic idea that would happen throughout all of their lives. So it would match up with all the canon of the books, and he didn't like that. He didn't think it was as brilliant as I think it would be.
I think it's a beautiful idea.
Yes. One day I will write it. But I need to reread the books first.
Oh my gosh, you guys are funny.
Oh my gosh. Got more people sharing their word counts in the discussion section, and it looks like everyone pretty much killed it this evening. I love when we do write-ins.
Me too.
Yeah, keep your eyes out. We'll probably do at least a couple weekday write-ins in the month of July for Camp Nano. Dates TBD.
You can tell because if you follow us on Twitter, we'll update you then.
Yeah, and I'll also post it to our Facebook page as well. If you aren't a Twitter person, but you happen to follow us on Facebook. And of course, we'll put updates in our videos and stuff too, as we can.
All right, any final thoughts for the evening?
Sleepy.
Awesome job, everyone.
So sleepy.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being here too, everyone.
Yeah.
It was awesome having so many people in the discussion section.
All right, well, I guess we'll wrap it up there for tonight. Yeah, thank you all for joining us today. We will have our regular videos on Tuesday and Thursday, and our live chat next week. I forget, did we have a topic for them?
Oh, yeah.
Also TBD. Okay, well, we will let you know in our weekly videos. If you haven't already and you feel like sticking around, feel free to subscribe because we'll be doing other videos throughout the month, just regularly, but also, more like write-ins for Camp Nano. So, if you want to keep going, we'll be here. That being said, we will see you all next week, same time, same place. Thanks for tuning in, and hope you guys all have a good week. Bye.
Bye.